welcome to Women with Wings, a special initiative by TIE Bangalore, where we bring to you stories, journeys, and experiences of our amazing women charter members. And today, our guest is Chaitra Harsha. Chaitra is a serial entrepreneur and is currently operating in the education industry. She's also the joint managing director at Vipragen, a contract research organization catering to pharma, biotech companies with capabilities ranging from preclinical toxicology to pharmacology to entire platform for drug discovery. Welcome, Chaitra. It is such a pleasure to have you here today.
Morning. Thank you so much, Dhruti. It's a wonderful event, to share my ideas. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. And would love to understand, Chaitra, a little bit more about your journey.
Yes, Dhruti, I've been a serial entrepreneur. Before that, I need to tell you what is my, the kind of background I come from. So I'm basically a medical graduate and, was not keen to continue in the field of medicine as a clinician. So went on to do PhD in basic research from IISc. Then on, it was always in my mind that I should be starting something on my own and a lot of ideas bubbling in. So went on to do my, graduate post graduation in management from IIM Bangalore. So with all those kind of a foundation, I started off in the field of healthcare because that was the area that I was probably quite aware. But I really didn't come from a business family or a business background, so that I was ready to take on. Started small. Then the journey has been for probably over a decade now. Two ventures into healthcare and was quite successful. I didn't fail in that, but yes, for some reasons I exited them, and then my core area of expertise was in preclinical research, wherein I did my PhD, the area that I did my PhD in. So I had to partner with one of my seniors from IISc, and I started, Vipragen Biosciences in Mysuru. It's a CRO. It's more than 12-year-old. And we take up studies for different pharma companies and biotech companies in the area of drug discovery. So it's been a long journey, Dhruti. So a lot of experiences probably.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm sure through all the experiences that you've had, it hasn't been smooth sailing, right? I mean, it's amazing, first of all, that you had a co-founder as such, right? You had somebody who was your senior at IISc, who you partnered with, and you started this journey. I think that really plays a big role as well in terms of, helping you to continue going and growing. Is that right?
Very true. So when I went to IIM, the whole idea was to start off something like Vipragen. So, but I realized soon that it's highly infrastructure driven, and also the kind of the finances required for it to even to start off somewhere. So that's the reason I had to hold on my dreams and had to work, to get that kind of an experience in healthcare. Otherwise, from day one, I probably would have started Vipragen. So I was looking for an opportunity to get into this the area that I really loved. So it so happened that that as you rightly said, you always it would always be nice if you find a person or a partner who has a similar mindset and also the vision. So that is wherein I was quite lucky. So we were in touch for a long time, a lot of brainstorming, and then it happened probably between 7 to 8 years after I kind of. So it was a persistence, I could say, that I felt that I should be there, and I actually landed there.
Oh, that is fabulous. And I love the word that you used, persistence. So you had a very clear vision where you wanted to go, and then you started, putting things in place that would help you get there. And I think you were very patient as well. You did not give up. It's not like, oh, well, it's not happening today or tomorrow. Let's forget about it. We'll continue doing what we're doing. I think you were very adamant in that way and say that, okay, this is really what I want to do. I'm going to do it. So what were some of the challenges that you faced along the way, Chaitra?
Yes, I mean, I had just the dream, but I think it was a long, arduous journey, you can say, Dhruti, because Yes, I could hold on to a good partner with probably, even in terms of initial investment and, to start off, as I said, it's a heavy infrastructure driven kind of a setup I had. But the challenges were much bigger when I entered. When I jumped into it, I realized I was one of the youngest and also I had to employ people or the scientists who are much elder, or you can say in terms of the experience and age. So hold on to them and to convey uh, my vision, and getting things done was quite tedious one. And compared to a small venture, Vipragen gave me an opportunity to me to become an architect, to starting from a civil engineer to probably whatnot. See, because as I said, the infrastructure, right? So I had to kind of have to learn from scratch, I should say, from a scientist to a lot more roles. Lot of compliances. Basically, the version has a lot of bottlenecks in terms of the compliances that the regulatory authorities that we have to go through. So a lot more, which probably I had not visualized, and they came in as big challenges to me. And but had to, only as you initially said, as I said, that I had a partner who had similar experience in this field, so it made it a little more easier, and we had to share those risks, and we could sail through.
Yeah. You bring up a very interesting point, because what you had to go through in terms of the regulatory compliances, right? And ensuring that your company is set in a way where it doesn't face any challenges in the future, preparing it for the future in that sense, right? As well, I see a lot of younger entrepreneurs today, and this is not generically speaking, I'm talking about a few that I've met, who find this very tedious, getting funding from government, speaking to the authorities, getting the compliances in place. How did you overcome these challenges? Like, what really kept you going? Of course, a very clear vision. Besides that, what else?
So probably reaching out to people who are in the field, and the kind of Bangalore definitely has that ecosystem. I mean, I should give it to probably the government or the right-minded people around. So what happened is in Bangalore is also a thriving ecosystem for bio and pharma companies. So what happens
Right.
is you have new quite a number of people working in that area. It's only that you need to reach out, right? So you don't you're either you fail and you learn, or you reach out to people, you network, and get best out of people. So that really helped me. As I said, I kind of, without any fear, I really reached out to people who have gone through this and tried to get what works. That's the only thing that worked for me. And also, as I said, Dhruti, you really need to be understanding even the laws, what is governing in terms of the compliances, what is required. See, most of the people, entrepreneurs, struggle for that. Why do they struggle with compliances? Because that is not their area of expertise, especially the legal aspects, the compliances, the regulatory authorities. And that expertise is not easy to come with. And also, and not a, what do you say, economically viable also to reach out to the authorities or, the consultants. So it's a process, I would say, but it comes easily if you can network and have good connects and, talk to people and understand, and somebody or the other would really help you out there.
Right. Was there any point in time, when you think about Vipragen, and I think there is a new startup as well that's come into play, that's in a different industry altogether. Has there any time, have you ever felt like, okay, this is it? I don't think this is for me. I had a vision, but I'm throwing in the towel. I don't think I'm cut out for this. Was there ever a time like that?
Very often it comes across, Dhruti. What happens is, yes, you are passionate about science, you are passionate about making it happen, and the kind of innovation that you can bring to the table, I would say, especially during COVID, there are a lot of such place or time frames wherein you really feel that you're not able to hold on to it. I'll tell you one. As I said, the legal aspects, the compliances, and the cash flow, and a lot more. When you're operating, a lot of other things come into picture, which are nowhere related to your, just your science or your passion or anything. So you kind of are caught up with so many things in a daily life, in your journey, that actually bogs you down. but it's not easy. And there you can't reach out to people. You really need to have that inner strength to really come out of these things. You can't be reaching out because it's not something that an external person can help you out with. So because you need to want to hold on to your team, right? So there are a lot of you know you are loaded with studies, but you do not have a proper compliance. You are waiting for it. Some, and it really depends on the external factor. So then there are a few things it kind of bogs you down. But as I said, end of the day, your vision is very clear, and I have put in about 10 to 12 years to leave my dream. So I shouldn't be leaving it. So these are a lot of things actually playing, Dhruti.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's easy to give in, but it's that much more difficult to find that inner strength that you're
Definitely.
talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
And what brings that strength to you? Is there anything in particular that you resort to find that inner strength?
Yeah, probably. See, I think the closest circle, that's your family and friends, actually play a very important role. I tell you. One is reaching out, and also keeping somebody in close network of yours, especially family, plays a very important role, because you're juggling between so many roles, especially being a woman. Actually, you're juggling between too many roles, too many expectations, but still you would not be able to even reach out saying that I'm going through this problem, because I think, and only the family can probably experience one thing. And also, uh, the vision that you're carrying, how well you're able to, that vision percolates into your team, how well, for a long time. It's not just in the beginning, right? So we are putting 12 years, but still we face, it's not that we are, sometimes it is hand to mouth, sometimes it is really good, you kind of go to that stage. So how good are you in keeping that team spirit is so important, that I really put in my effort to the max, I'll tell you, because this is a service industry. So wherein the 60% of your stake is in your team, right? It's not about just about infrastructure, or it's in any product or anything. So it's the teamwork actually plays a big role.
Yeah, absolutely. And such brilliant points over there, right? That reach out when you need help, whether it's your family or your friends. I think that's important. These are the people who will keep you going in tough times. And when you lose faith in yourself, they are the people who will show you that, you've done it in the past, you can do it again. And I think that really bolsters your inner strength in a way, and really, brings you up from down the dumps if you ever go there. And God forbid, I'm hoping that for all the entrepreneurs out there, it's not a frequent occurrence, but whenever it happens, just reach out to whoever your inner network is. I think that's brilliant. Coming from here to now, what you're up to now, I'd love to know a little bit more about the education industry that you've hinted at. What's happening there?
During my IIM days, also, what other idea that triggered me, Dhruti, was equipping the science curriculum message for the younger generation. That I struggled with my own kids, actually. So then I actually partnered, not really partnered, but I mentored a team on setting up science curriculum, more experiential science curriculum for K-12 children, which we really faced it, wherein it also helps you to decide what are the areas in terms of the career choices for K-12 children. So that was, I actually was passionate about, and had got an opportunity before Vipragen to work with one of the teams to mentor them. So what happened was, during Vipragen, also we kind of, now it's in a stable position, and a lot of things are happening, definitely. But now I've got another opportunity to venture into a similar one in the education sector, EdTech. What we are also looking at is building up kind of a robust system for children to prepare for science Olympiads, or the JEE, and also a lot of competitive exams. So I'm working with one of the groups from IIT. who are venturing into edtech, and it's quite exciting, Dhruti. It's in the early stages, so I'm yet to kind of have get that in full control of it, and have my. I'm very sure my hands will as of now. I'm kind of in a transition mode.
Amazing. That is actually pretty fantastic. And I'm going to connect with you offline on that. That's one of the things that even I'm super interested in where it leads to. So great. Thank you for sharing that. You shared some amazing stuff, Chaitra, in terms of your journey as well. And I was making my notes as you were talking about it, right? So you talked about having a very clear vision, about being persistent, about that goal that you've set for yourself, being bold, reaching out when you need to, educating yourself, leveraging your network that you have, and growing it by leaps and bounds, because that's eventually the connections that you form and that keep you going, right? And I think a very important point that you also brought up was cascading your vision to the team, that will help keep the team morale up in tough times, especially. So I think such brilliant lessons from the journey that you've had. If there was one message that you would want to give the entrepreneurs today, whether they're aspiring or established, what would that be, Chaitra?
Maybe most of if you look at most of the people who want to become entrepreneurs or who don't want to become entrepreneurs is because they fear failure, right? Why do they? If people are there's no dearth of ideas, there's no dearth of creativity, there's no dearth of breakthrough kind of innovation or ideas that are there. What prevents one to become an entrepreneur is the fear of failure. That what happens, how do I take it forward, all of this. So I would say the one message I want to pass it on to the entrepreneurs is to not fear failure. And failure is the only thing I'll tell you. I failed on a lot of things, in terms of marketing, sales. It kind of comes hitting you often, saying that you're not good at it, right? But again, those are the points. It's not just about your vision or persistence. Actually, those failures actually keep you going. So that I can do it. I mean, okay, I failed in that. I would really want to overcome that. Is what is a spirit that one should carry. I think that would make anybody successful. I tell you.
Yeah, and take failure as a gift, because that
Yes,
means that there is a lesson therein
you
that
should
you
fail. One should fail actually.
should fail. I used to be very scared of that, right? And I didn't try so many things because I was like, oh no, I don't want to take that chance, because and it's understandable, because when people are younger, we are told not to fail. That red line in the report card is the death of me, right? It's we are told that failing is not an option. But as we grow up, we start realizing that it's a very real, viable option. And but how you take that, and what kind of lessons you learn, and how you grow from there, is what will define you as an entrepreneur, as a human being, per se, right? And the resilience that we keep talking about as well, in any person, it just I think it's a boost to resilience if you're able to learn and move forward. But I think you only fail when you stop, right?
Agree.
So keep going, I guess. So great message over there. Do not fear failure. Thank you so much, Chaitra. We wish you all the success in the new venture that you have, and the current one as well. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your journey.
Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Nice talking to you.